Hey everyone, this is Suresh from Mind is a Monkey coming at you guys with another episode of Let's Check Out Some Diecast. In today's video, we are going to be reviewing the 2025 Matchbox Moving Parts Assortment Mix 6 or Mix F. All right. So, the last assortment was a 7 card assortment with 5 new models. But in this assortment, Mattel has once again gone to a pretty bad ratio of new to older cars, right? So this is a 6 card assortment with just one new model that happens to be the 2024 Polestar, right? So with the exception of this, all the other 5 models are recolors of previous toolings. So we have the 1975 Range Rover, the 2023 Audi RS6 Avant, the beautifully color schemed 2020 Porsche 911 Carrera 4S, the 1969 Triumph Spitfire, and the 2020 BMW M4 Cabriolet. So, like I said, six cars, but just one new model. I don't know. I'm just afraid if a lot of these other cars are going to be warming the pegs. But the one thing that you have to observe is the color scheme of the recolors. They are pretty cool, right? So, with regards to the Range Rover and the Porsche, I really dig those paint schemes. And the Triumph Spitfire is in the legendary British Racing Green, right? So the good colors will definitely increase the collectability of the casting. So hopefully future mixes will have a better new to old castings ratio and keep this very exciting for collectors. All right, let's dive right in. Our first model for the day is the 1975 Range Rover. You may remember this one made its debut last year in this desert green of a color, right? So pretty exciting casting, got very rugged retro looks. And pretty much I think they kind of like designed this for like a desert environment or a rally environment or something like that. All right, there we go. The 1975 Range Rover. And for moving parts, this one has a hood. That's the moving part. And just a 3D printed engine. All right. So Range Rover, the Land Rover lettering and everything. All right. So pretty much just a bunch of rugged looking, Sahara taming cars, we should say, right? So, but they do make a nice pair. So there we have the 1975 Range Rover. I brought this for show and tell. All right, let's set that aside. And up next, we have the 2020 Porsche Carrera 911. Up next, we have the 2020 Porsche 911 Carrera 4S. Now, I faintly remember seeing this earlier on a purple color or something like that, but I couldn't get to the model in time. I think, sometimes I'm always torn in the way I store these models. Sometimes I store them by ear, and that kind of like makes it hard for me to go and get the ones from 2023 or earlier. So something tells me this should have made its debut in 2023, all right? Possibly one of the earliest cars in the new assortment when Matchbox switched to a plastic-free packaging like this, all right? So, but you gotta admit, such a beautiful color, right? So it's actually got a very tiny, stroke of a metal flake there, but it's all kind of like getting eclipsed by that brilliant yellow. All right, the moving parts being the doors here. All right, so nice. It says 911 4S. Okay, that's what the tailplate says. All right, so there we have it. Yeah, I have made this observation in the previous one as well. This hood doesn't stay up, right? So if you want to kind of like display your model with the hood up, it doesn't stay up. So that's a letdown, but maybe there were some restrictions or something like that. 2023 Audi RS6 Avant. All right, again, a recolor of a previous release, and pretty cool purple, I should say. Right. And I think, the golden hubs really bring out the accents of that combination, right? So the gold and that purple definitely go well together. Now, don't correct me saying that, oh, that's not purple, that's like violet or something like that, but you get the idea, right? Okay, and the moving part is actually, for a change, it's the hatch, which is pretty cool because, recently all we have seen is doors. The previous assortment had all doors, and this one, the Range Rover, had the hood. So that's the moving part. Not a lot to see, but yes, thankfully. So you cannot prop it open here, so you will have to kind of like nudge it open here. Yep, I guess not a whole lot of details to see, just an empty hatch. All right. Okay, so there we have the Audi Sport for the lettering there, and RS6, and a nice Audi front grille. Okay, let's set it right there, and let's switch things up a bit. I usually save the best for the last, but let's switch things up a bit. So this one is the only new model for 2025 in this assortment, which is a 2024 Polestar 3. So this one is the logo for Polestar 3. Okay, another thing that I've been pondering, but I'll cover it after we check this model out. All right, Polestar. I mean, is this an electric vehicle? Is this a gas vehicle? I don't know. Yep. In hindsight, maybe that's something I should have looked up. But, the front of the vehicle gives a lot of electric vibes. But, we got to find out. Because recently there have been like a lot of EV car companies coming up. Rivian, for example, right? So, and even a lot of the existing cars have been manufacturing electric versions of their vehicles. So got to find out whether the Polestar happens to be an electric car or a hybrid or a fully gasoline powered car. All right. So for moving parts, we got doors. So nothing big there. Pretty simple in its execution, we should say. So not a whole lot of details. All right. Okay. So let's set it there. We have the 2024 Polestar 3. Okay. Now the question that has been hanging over my mind is that the Matchbox Super Chase, right? So in 2025, I think so far we have just seen one Matchbox Super Chase, right? But that is the BMW CSL Racer. Sadly, I never got lucky enough to find that in the wild. So hopefully someday I will chance upon it. But this is the 6th assortment of moving parts, and so far I don't recollect seeing any chases. Either in my collector community or in eBay or Instagram or any of the social media. So not sure. I mean, am I missing something? So let me know. So up next is a 2020 BMW M4 Cabriolet, which is the convertible version of the car. So again, I think I have a thing for yellow. This is relatively lighter yellow compared to this yellow. Okay, so as you can see, this is more of a pale yellow. All right, so BMW M4 Cabriolet from 2020 with the moving parts being the doors. All right, I don't know if it's like some just blemish or just some dry paint sticking there. We'll have to see it later. Okay, so BBR my tailplate decal got chewed up by something else. All right. BBR APPP or BRAP. I don't know what's that supposed to mean. All right. But on the whole, but for that tailplate, this rear looks really beautiful. Just look at that detail and the M series and everything, right? Right. So nice. So there we have the 2024 BMW M4 Cabriolet. And then up next, we have the 1969 Triumph Spitfire. Wow, what a name, Spitfire, right? All right. It's one of those legendary names, I guess, like Brimstone, right? All right, there we have the 1969 Triumph Spitfire. Wow, this looks really retro, as if that British racing green weren't enough. You know, they had to go and pad it up with that burgundy, seats. So pretty beautiful. I brought along the debut version for show and tell. All right, so the debut version was like deep blue with a black interior. And this one, wow, the green is just brilliant, right? The Triumph Spitfire. Wow. So Triumph Spitfire, that's the lettering there, okay? And Spitfire for a tailplate. All right, the opening parts would be the doors, the hood. Yes, the opening part here is the hood. And unlike conventional hoods, which pop like this, it is from the era where the hoods were popping like this. All right. So pretty beautiful. Wow. I mean, I did not realize the color of the interior when it was in the packaging, but now that it's out, wow, I really dig that combination. Very, very beautiful execution. All right. There we have the Triumph Spitfire from 1969. All right. So there we have the 6-car assortment of Matchbox moving parts Mix F. What are your top castings? Mine would be the Porsche, the Triumph, and pretty much all of these guys would tie for place 3. All right. I'm really hoping that Matchbox keeps the new to old cars in a pretty healthy balance so that this set stays collectible and garners a lot of interest among collectors. All right, but other than that, pretty cool set. Even with just one new model, I think the color choice would definitely keep this set interesting. All right, what are your favorites? Share your thoughts in the comments. Like and share the video. If you like the video, click the thumbs up. And if you like it, share it. Consider subscribing to the channel. Till I meet you guys next time, this is Suresh signing off. Rock on and stay awesome. Bye, everyone.